The 2024 Pokemon World Championships are happening this weekend, and there is going to be a celebration event in Pokemon Go starting on Friday, August 16th at 10 a.m. and running to Tuesday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Now, during this event, there is also going to be the Go Battle Week for the Shared Sky season. We will go over those event details, but first, let's cover this celebration event in Pokemon Go, starting with the bonuses. Now, if you missed the Rocket Takeover event that just happened and your chance to remove frustration from Shadow Pokemon, have no fear, we are going to get that bonus again, as well as up to 5 special trades for each day. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You can do 5 special trades. So definitely hit those special trades if you can. A good chance to clear out and get extra candies for any special legendaries or any shinies you want to do. But the bonuses are not the only good thing about this event. There is going to be a brand new costume Pikachu as well, which looks absolutely fantastic. Here's a little peek of it. It does have that scuba gear. If you don't know, the World Championships this year are in Honolulu, so they're definitely going for that beach ocean theme with this, and it can be shiny, so that's absolutely fantastic. But that's not the only new shiny we're getting for this event. We are also finally getting the shiny Mienfoo family, so that's Mienfoo and Mienshao. Here's a little sneak peek of those if you want to know what the shiny looks like for those. Now, we will go over how to get all these Pokemon in Pokemon Go, so let's start with all the Pokemon we're going to see for this event in the wild spawns. Because this is for the World Championship event, basically everything here is meta relevant to the GBL except, ironically enough, our 2 new shinies, but those are 2 new shinies, so they will be fun to hunt. But for our wild spawns here, Mankey is a good one, which evolves into Primeape, which then evolves into Annihilape. Keep in mind, you do have to make Primeape your buddy and defeat 30 ghosts or 30 psychic type Pokemon in battle. You don't have to use Primeape to defeat them though. One good way to do this is just do some friend battles with a friend, have them throw in some low CP ghosts or psychic type, and just roll through 10 of those battles. You can do it pretty quickly. And Annihilape is a great one to have. It is good in all of the open leagues, so definitely good to have one that's a hundo, and then ones with those low attack, high defense, high stamina, what we call PvP IVs. Next up is Lickitung, which is good for the Great League. You do want the legacy move Body Slam on them, which Lickitung will have during this event. There's a few legacy moves available, either from catching or evolving just during this event. I'll show you all of those in a second, but this is definitely a good time to go after this one. We have Marill, which evolves into Azumarill. That's good in the Great League, ranking number 11 right now. Paldean Wooper evolves into Clodsire, which is a top 20 mon for the Great League. Swablu evolves into Altaria, which has a Mega in the game with a very unique Fairy Dragon typing, and the non-Mega form has some play in the Great League as well. You do want the legacy move Moonblast, but again, that is going to be available through evolution during this event, so definitely a good time to go after this one too, or evolve any if you have been saving them. Then we have Fletchling, which evolves into Talonflame, which is good for the Great League and even better for the Ultra League. Again, you want the legacy fast move Incinerate, but it is available to evolve during this event. Then we have Carbink, which is ranking top 2 in the Great League right now. Next up, we have Grubbin, which evolves into Charjabug, which is good for the Great League. You generally want the legacy fast move Volt Switch, but again, available if you evolve during the event. Charjabug is the first stage Evo. Its final stage, Vikavolt, not useful for much. It can fill in as an electric type if you don't have many, but don't put that much Stardust into it, as you will get better ones eventually, including Shadow Magnezone, which we're going to talk about in a second because it is available during this event. Then in the wild, we have Mareanie, which evolves into Toxapeck. That's a good one for Great League as well, and also a pretty new shiny, just released not that long ago. And then finally, as a rare spawn, we have Skarmory, which is really good in the Great League and a decent pick for Ultra League as well. For Great League, you want those PvP IVs, low attack, high defense, high stamina. But for Ultra League, you want as close to a hundo or a hundo as you can get. Now, you might have noticed our 2 new shinies, the costume Pika and Mienfoo, are not in the wild. That's because they are going to be in the raid, so let's take a look at those. Now again, they're not useful for anything, but they are brand new shinies, so definitely good ones to go after for your collection if you can find them in raids. If not, there is another way to get them, which we'll talk about in a second. But also in the raids, we're going to see Galarian Stunfisk, which is good in the Great League and the Ultra League. Again, for Great League, you want PvP IVs of low attack, high defense, high stamina. But for Ultra League, you want as close to 100% IVs as you can get. Then we have Diggersby, and is actually not a bad spice pick for the Great League. It has an interesting moveset for coverage and a lot of bulk to it, so that could be a fun one to go after. Then we're going to have some Shadow raids for the event as well. Shadow Magnemite evolves into Shadow Magnezone, which is a decent electric type raid attacker and is a spice pick in each open league and good for the limited cups like the Electric Cup. Shadow Dratini evolves into Shadow Dragonair, which is good for the Great League, but you want PvP IVs, low attack, high defense, high stamina. And then Shadow Dragonair evolves into Shadow Dragonite. Shadow Dragonite is a top 10 Dragon-type raid attacker. It is also good in every league, although the non-Shadow does rank higher in Master League by 5 ranks. So if you get something close to a hundo, if you Purify it, that adds 2 to each stat. So you could save that one for a Master League one if you want. But it is also good as a raid attacker, so gotta make some tough choices there for sure. Shadow Wooper evolves into Shadow Quagsire, which ranks number 7 in the Great League. It does need the legacy move Aqua Tail, but you can TM away Frustration for your Wooper and then evolve it into Quagsire during the event to get that legacy move. Make sure you do it in that order though. TM away Frustration first and then evolve for the move. If you do it in reverse, evolve for the move and then TM away, you're not going to get that legacy move. So definitely make sure you TM away Frustration first, which a little reminder you can do during this event. We also have Shadow Gligar, which is good in the Great League, and its Evo Gliscor is good in the Ultra League. But in the Ultra League, Gliscor is better as a non-Shadow. We also have Shadow Wobbuffet, which isn't good for much in Shadow form, but it is a bit spicy in Great League, and you do want the move Return on it, which you can only get from purifying a Shadow version of that Pokemon. So this is one that if you want to be able to run it in Great League for Spice Pick, you definitely want to get it as a Shadow and then purify it. And it's also one that you want max IVs for, even though it's for Great League, it doesn't power up too high. Then we have Shadow Curlia, which evolves into Shadow Gardevoir. Shadow Gardevoir is a top Fairy and Psychic type. The Mega is a little bit better, obviously, but since you can only Mega evolve one Pokemon at a time, having 2 good guards for the Mega for each type, and then a few other good Shadows for each type, and the Shadows are almost as strong as a Mega, that's a good way to make a Fairy and Psychic type raid attacker team. It also has some play as a Spice Pick in the Master League as a Shadow. You generally want the legacy move here though, that's Synchronoise. So might cost an Elite TM for it to be its best. That one's not going to be available during this event. And then finally, in the Shadow raids, we have Sableye, which is again good for the Great League, but purified. But for this one, you do want low attack, high defense, high stamina for the IVs, and you want that charged move Return on it that you get from purifying. So don't TM that away. But this is a good opportunity to get Sableye if you want one. All right, now let's take a look at the field research. There are going to be some encounters in here. There's nothing new that we haven't covered already that's useful, but the Costume Pika and Mienfoo are in here, which are our new shinies. So definitely good ones to hunt as they're not in the wild. They're only in the research and raids, which will make them even rare additions to your collection if you end up finding them. But these will be my top hunts in the field research, the new Pika and the Mienfoo. And then there will also be a paid timed research. Now, in terms of the items here, it's not really worth it. You do also get some encounters. Cresselia is the most interesting one here. If you get it from research, it's at a low enough level that it's viable for Great League. And in Great League, it ranks number 23. You won't be able to get the best PvP IVs. Again, you want low attack, high defense, high stamina for this one. You can't get that from research. The lowest is 10, 10, 10. However, if you have a friend who also gets this, you could save them and trade them with each other. And if you're not super high level friends, you might be able to get some good PvP IVs. Even if you're max level friends though, it's still going to be better than what you would get from the research, unless of course it goes lucky. Then the floor again will be 10, 10, 10. But if it doesn't go lucky, you could potentially get some better PvP IVs. I will say, unless you're going super high level PvP, the IVs don't matter that much. What matters most is it's low enough CP that you could put one in the Great League. So if you need a crest for Great League, you didn't get it last time it was in research, you could pay $5 for this. Again, the items, not worth it. But if you want a crest for Great League and you're willing to spend $5 on it and get a few extra things. All right, we discussed it a little bit when we were looking at the Pokemon, but now let's take a look at all the featured attacks that will be available during this event, starting with the ones that you can catch Pokemon with their featured attack. That will be Mienfoo, and it will know the charged attack high jump kick when you catch it during this event. I don't think that's going to make it any more meta relevant, but it's very attack weighted Mienfoo, so not great for GBL, and it's already outclassed, especially by Mega Lucario that just came out, Conkeldurr, Shadow Conkeldurr. So I don't know, you might want to grab a couple to hang on to, but probably not going to be super meta relevant. And then we also have Lickitung in there, and it will know the charge attack Body Slam. You do want this on Lickitung for Great League. Now, in terms of the evolution moves, if you evolve Wooper during the event, you will get Quagsire that knows the charge attack Aqua Tail. You definitely want that one on your Quagsire for Great League. Altaria, so if you evolve Swablu during the event, you'll get an Altaria that knows the charge attack Moonblast. Then we have Charjabug. If you evolve Grubbin during the event, you get a Charjabug that knows the charged attack Volt Switch. If you want to use Charjabug in the GBL, and it is a lot of fun, I've used it quite frequently in the Great League, you want Volt Switch on it. And then finally we have Talonflame. So if you evolve Fletchinder during the event, that is Fletchling's first stage evolution. So if you evolve Fletchinder during the event, you get a Talonflame that knows the fast attack Incinerate. Again, you want that on it for PvP. There will be Pokestop showcases for this event as well, so you can enter your event-themed Pokemon, maybe work on that showcase medal, and get one step closer to getting that PhD Pikachu encounter. And then one other thing to talk about before we move on to talking about Go Battle Week, and that is some new avatar items that theme with that Honolulu event. So there is going to be the 2024 World's Ukulele Pose, the World's Bucket Hat, and the World's Aloha Shirt. Some pretty cool items here. I mean, the bucket hat is not really my style, but the shirt and the pose, very cool, very summery, all of them. All right, let's talk about Go Battle Week for the Shared Sky season now. It's running during the same days of this event, but it starts on Friday, and it starts at midnight on Friday, so at the very beginning of the day, and then it runs till Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So it goes beginning of day all the way till the end of day on those days of the events. Now, if you don't know how this works, let's take a look at the bonuses, because that's where the meat of this is. For the bonuses, you're going to get 4 times Stardust from the win rewards in GBL. That does not include the end of set rewards. The maximum number of sets you can play will be increased from 5 to 20. So that means instead of being able to do 25 battles per day, you can do up to 100 battles per day. And again, that starts at 12 a.m. on Friday, and it runs till 11:59 on Tuesday. So you have all day, every part of this event to do as many battles as you can. And then we'll also get a free battle-themed timed research, and rewards will include a wig avatar inspired by Lana. And then the Pokemon encountered via Go Battle League rewards will have a wider variance of attack, defense, and HP, which means you have a better chance of getting those PvP IVs we've been talking about: low attack, high defense, high stamina. That's why they do that. So other than the bonuses, the other things we get here is a little bit more variation in the leagues. So what we're going to have is every open league, so Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. And then there's going to be the Catch Cup Great League Edition, which you will also be able to play during the event. Now that's basically it for this event. It's mainly focused on GBL. There's not a whole lot to it. Other than that, there is going to be some boxes. So I'll put these up on screen here. These are web store boxes. You cannot buy them in the in-game shop, and you have to use real money. So for $10 USD, you can get a TM Fantastic box, which will net you 15 fast TMs, 20 charged TMs, and 1 star piece. Highly recommend do not buy this box. It's more fun to get these from battling in GBL, doing raids and that kind of stuff. If you're low on TMs and you really want to drop $10, I guess you could, but I'd really recommend either playing GBL or doing raids to get the TMs. If you do a lot of those things, you'll never have to buy TMs at all. The other box is $20 USD. This is the TM Elite Master Box, which features 2 Elite Fast TMs, 2 Elite Charge TMs, 6 Fast TMs, and 6 Charge TMs. This is a very pricey box, I'm not gonna lie. If you really want those Elite TMs, you could go for it, but honestly, buying the Community Day bundles when Community Day is happening is a far better way to get Elite TMs. To put it into perspective, they cost 1,350 Pokecoins, and the ones that we'll get for Poplio and Beldum Community Day, you'll also get 5 Lucky Eggs and 5 Super Incubators, which is about the cost of those coins anyways. So the Elite TM is almost basically free in there. So those are definitely better deals. The Community Day boxes have been really good lately for that. So definitely go after them there, unless you really, really need these and you don't mind spending quite a bit of money. One more thing to mention here, and that is they are live streaming the World Championship events. And if you want to go watch the live streams on Twitch, you can get a drop that will give you a redeem code that gets you a research in Pokemon Go. There is one for each day. I think the first 2 days you have to watch the official streams for at least 30 minutes, and you have to link your Twitch account to your Pokemon Trainer Club account. And then on the 3rd day, I think think you have to watch one of the partner streams for at least 30 minutes, and then you'll get a drop code in your Twitch drop section. I'll put a link down in the comments below. Leak Duck has a website on it that went over the details. I'll put that in the comments down below if you want to check that out and get those redeem codes. All right, everybody, that's all the information I have for you in this video. I hope you have a fun event on this one. Even if you're not into GBL, there's some fun shiny hunts here, especially the costume Pika and that new Mienfoo shiny. That should be some fun stuff to hunt. Remember, raids and research only for those two, so they are going to be rare shinies if you manage to get your hands on them. And right now, let's say a huge thank you to our mythical members, Assassin Octopus, Fallman, Kate, Body on a Planet. Thank you to them for supporting the channel at the mythical level. It really does help out, as well as all of you who watch the videos, hit the like button, subscribe, come to the live streams, chat, or lurk. All of that is super helpful. We've got an amazing community growing here, and if you want to join that community off of YouTube, check out our Discord. There is a link in the bottom in the description of this video and in every video. And for now, happy hunting. I hope you get all the shiny Pokemon of your dreams, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.
I've got something incredibly funky.